Greetings to one and all. This week, Lamatnia Girls College brings to you in its weekly news feed some interesting facts.
The national news for the week is as follows. The Drug Controller General of India has approved the use of oral medication sold by the name FabiFlu to treat mild and moderate cases of COVID-19. During the lockdown, 21-year-old Kiran wrote a children's book titled Hope, creating awareness among children on COVID-19, which won the Dassault's Corona Design Challenge, an international competition organized by IIT Bombay. India gets its first climate change assessment report stating that India will experience warmer days and nights along with frequent heavy rainfall spells causing floods till the end of 21st century. A series of lightning strikes spread across 31 districts of 2 states killed 107 people on 25th June, 83 in Bihar and 24 in Uttar Pradesh. ICSE, ISC and CBSE 2020 board examinations that were to be conducted in July have been cancelled in view of the increasing cases of COVID-19.
International news. On Tuesday, 23rd June, 5 casualties were recorded in Mexico as a result of the 7.5 magnitude earthquake that jolted the country with its epicenter near Crucecita in the southeastern state of Oaxaca. China moved one step closer to becoming a major space power by successfully launching the last satellite of its Beidou navigation satellite system, which is being viewed as a competitor to the USA's Global Positioning System.
One of the key technologies Beidou has adopted is inter-satellite link technology, which allows satellites to communicate with each other. It also helps us overcome a major difficulty of building a global system.
US President Donald Trump's decision to temporarily suspend the issuing of the H-1B visas has come as a shock to a large number of Indian IT professionals and several Indian as well as US firms. In this year's downsized version of the Toronto Film Festival, 50 celebrities from across the world, including Indian actress Priyanka Chopra Jonas and filmmaker Anurag Kashyap, have been invited to the festival as ambassadors. Some interesting news from NASA. NASA to rename its Washington, D.C. headquarters after the first African-American lady engineer Mary Jackson. NASA offers prize money up to $35,000 for the best Lunar Loo design.
The amusing world of Disney. The creator of memorable characters such as Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck, Walter Elias Disney, more popularly known as Walt Disney, was an American film and television producer who pioneered animated cartoon films. He revolutionized this craft and his work resonates with children across the globe even today. However, beginning things were different. Initially called Mortimer Mouse, Disney's wife convinced him to change the name of his now iconic character to Mickey Mouse. Thereafter, Mickey's rival in the show was named Mortimer. From the inception of Mickey Mouse in 1928 up till the year 1947, Walt Disney voiced the character himself. Donald Duck's comics were banned in Finland due to him not wearing trousers. His film, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, became not only the first major full-length cartoon film, but also the first film in the history of cinema to release a soundtrack, while Dumbo remains his shortest feature-length film. The Lion King was his first animated film that had a completely original storyline, and Jasmine from Aladdin, the only Disney princess who was not the film's protagonist and whose signature costume is not a gown or a dress. In the movie Tangled, Rapunzel's hair were approximately 70 feet long and required about 30 animators and engineers to work on it.
You know, this movie does things with hair that you're never supposed to do with CG.
I mean, even just the smallest thing, just like touching hair, if you go back and watch any other CG movie, it rarely ever happens that you see on screen like a character moving hair. Obviously, this was a nut we had to crack, right? Because this story is about 70 feet of hair.
Disney truly believed that if you can dream it, you can do it, which he indeed did.
The real cost of fast fashion. Fashion brands Zara, H&M and Forever 21 are immensely popular among today's youth. However, the clothes made by them threaten the planet and its inhabitants, as they are affordable and easily disposable and are referred to as fast fashion. Fast fashion uses microfibers made from polyester, which takes more than 200 years to decompose and is produced using about 70 million barrels of oil each year. Humans currently consume approximately 80 billion new pieces of clothing each year, which is 400% higher than the consumption 2 decades ago, with 60% of all clothes produced ending up in landfills within a year of production. In addition, the plastic waste generated kill about 100,000 marine animals each year. The fashion industry's carbon dioxide emissions are projected to rise to 2.8 billion tons per year by 2030. A single t-shirt and jeans is produced using 20,000 liters of water. Fast fashion is thus largely responsible for the fashion industry being the second largest contributor to global pollution. Fast fashion has also led to exploitation of workers in global supply chains who continue to work in poor conditions and are paid unfair wages.
In 1722 AD, Nawab Saad Ali Khan established the state of Awadh or Oudh with Faizabad as its capital. However, in the year 1775 AD, Nawab Asfad-Daula shifted the capital to Lucknow, the golden city of the east, taking abode in Doyat Khana, also known as Doyat Khana-e-Asfi. Lucknow, famous for its delicacies, music, art and handicrafts, thus came to be known as an architectural marvel due to its efforts. Nawab Asfad-Daula was an ardent admirer of European architecture and hired Mayor General Claude Martin to design the Asfi Koti and the Bibyapur Koti, where he went on several hunting excursions. When a massive famine struck Awadh in 1784 AD, he ordered the construction of Bada Imam Bara to provide employment for his subjects. The Imam Bara houses Asia's largest hall without the support of any wood, iron or stone pillars or beams. Famed architect Kifayatullah designed the Shahi Bauli, a 5-story stepwell which allows one to view the visitor's reflection in its water due to the alignment of its entrance with the building's windows. Inspired by the Big Ben, Nawab Nasiruddin Haider built the Husainabad Clock Tower, the tallest clock tower in India. Adjacent to it is the Rumi Darwaza, which resembles the gateway of Constantinople and is thus called the Turkish Gateway due to its Turkish architecture. Lucknow's nerve center, Hazratganj, is named after Nawab Amjad Ali Shah, who was fondly called Hazrat. The British later developed and modeled it after London's Queen Street. The University of Lucknow particularly showcases European architecture, while Dilkusha Koti is a testament of English Baroque architecture.
Nawab Wajid Ali Shah, the last Nawab of Lucknow, was a patron of arts and built the Kaisarbagh complex, which presently houses the Baradari, Badshah Manzil and other magnificent structures.
To the east of the University Bridge, he built the Kabutarwali Koti to accommodate 2 lakh royal pigeons, which is presently known as the OL House. Thank you for accompanying us on this historical journey of Awadh. We hope you join us on our next sojourn as well.